When you say the role of a bilingual facilitator, it's more than just one role. The bilingual facilitator wears very many hats. They are basically, I will say, as a principal, my lifeline to parents that do not speak in English. They do so many things. They help me with either trying to translate something, really though being the lifeline of trying to get that partnership with the parents and being an integral part of our school community.
On a daily basis, I work a lot with the counselor, the principal, and I'm working with cafeteria staff on lunches and the health room when they need to make a phone call to a parent or a family. But it's a lot with teachers, visiting classes, checking up on children, or just passing messages along, either from the teacher to the parent or from the parent to the teacher.
I have a very close working relationship with the bilingual facilitator. We're in constant communication throughout the day. And even beyond the school day, we're in communication about some of our families and our students. So we really work hand in hand on a daily basis to help our families and our students be successful here at Tyler Heights.
And it's just wonderful to be able to say that my bilingual facilitator, I can reach her at an arm's length. She's here in the school. But I know that other bilingual facilitators, they have many different schools that they're working with. And so I'm very fortunate to have my one-on-one, and I think, but you have some that have like about 25 schools for one person. And that's more of a challenge, but they still are able to reach out and work with the schools and trying to make sure that they're able to bridge that gap from the parents to the school.
I think that if you're looking at a school as a whole, we're a community in itself. So if you have a large section of your community, your school community, who are struggling to understand the day-to-day things that are occurring with their child's education or the school in general, then that harms the community as a whole. It will harm the culture, the relationships that are built between our Hispanic population and our non-Hispanic population as well.
I feel sometimes, that we, or as a school, county-based, thinks that we only work with ELL students, when in fact we don't. We work with a lot of different families where the child might speak English but the parent doesn't. So we serve as a cultural broker, sort of say, with the staff at school and getting to know their families as well. I think we give the families some sort of empowerment. We lead them through the way, and then once they're off on themselves, and they can bring somebody else and show them the way as well. I think the fact that they see a familiar face, or they know my voice, or they hear my voice on the Connect Eds, they know that they can come to the school, and they know who to ask for. I think it's that feeling of they know that they have somebody that can understand them and communicate with them at the school, that it doesn't make it so intimidating as it would if there wasn't anybody here.
And so our bilingual facilitator plays a really important role, because a lot of times if they're new to the country, they will go to the ISSO to register, but then when they're told to come to Tyler Heights, she's really the first person that they have any interaction with. So a lot of times our bilingual facilitator is the face of our school, and she's the one that really builds the trust between the families and the school. A few things that I would want the community to know is that our families care about their children just like any other families do. They want their children to be successful in school, to get a good education so that they can go be productive citizens. They want the best for their kids, and they have to have our bilingual facilitator because many staff members do not speak their language, and it's not just about the language, it's also about the cultural barriers between some non-English speakers and English speakers, or between people who have lived in our country for a long amount of time and people who are new to our country.
That bilingual facilitators are integral to schools and to making sure the schools function as a whole. And that without them, that there would be that distance and that gap that we would have that we want to try to continue to eliminate. Because remember, we're eliminating all gaps and like making sure all students are achieving. And in order to do that, we need to have help. And that help is in the form of bilingual facilitators. Because like, as I said, my school speaks Spanish, but there are other schools that they speak either Urdu or they speak another language. And having a facilitator that can help is huge and is something that we have to make sure we're always doing.